Welcome to Really Important Thinking with Dr. Chris Chismore, hosted by Tom and Griffin.
We are your hosts, Tom and Griffin.
Unfortunately, our illustrious friend, Dr. Chris Chismore, is away on his important research and unable to host the podcast this week.
But fear not, dear listener, because he has left us in charge, and we are going to try to do a really good job of a podcast.
This week, Dr. Chismore has asked us to talk about hugging and kissing.
Citizen soldiers.
Welcome
back.
Welcome back to your hearth, your happy place.
Yes. Welcome back to your service. I hope everyone enjoyed their break that was dictated by me, one of the hosts of Really Important Thinking.
And that's Tom speaking, in case you were just listening and you don't know the difference between our voices. And this is now Griffin speaking.
Yes, I have officially gotten my child up to the place where she can take care of herself.
You did it in 4 short weeks?
Yeah, 4 short weeks. I've optimized you. You might have listened to our Optimizing Children episode, and because I'm able to do that, my child is now taking care of herself at 4 weeks old.
And you've also written and published an article called 18 Years Seems Like Too Long.
Yeah.
Here's my guide.
You know, and with the release of the Epstein files, I think a lot of guys are going to agree with that. Whoa!
I'd say we've probably gotten political before. I was going to say we've never gotten political before, but here we are.
Yeah, we've definitely
Certainly
gotten
I've talked
before.
about, something.
I just don't think we've mentioned the Epstein files.
Wishing for the death of my enemies.
I think a lot of people would take my abstract on how to raise and optimize a baby quicker and think it was about something else and be disappointed.
Yeah. Because you think a lot of people would be disappointed. Well, you think like a preponderance of the population.
You never know.
You're sick, man. You gotta put the phone down. You're looking at the phone too much.
Yeah,
You're twisted. Most people are good. Most people are pure. Most people are too stupid to read the news.
That's true. Most people are like our citizen soldiers who are informed, perfect, pure people.
Which actually they don't read the
They do read the news.
I get tripped up they read the news, but they don't trust it.
Yeah.
I get tripped up in what flavor of right wing we're projecting and how to do it. I think it's really we've weaved a difficult web for ourselves.
That's okay.
Woven.
That's okay. We haven't gotten anyone. We haven't influenced any election on this podcast, and I think that's a badge of honor.
And I haven't gotten anyone pregnant on this podcast. Tom's been taking a break from the podcast to raise a baby, and I've been taking a break from the podcast to not drink alcohol.
Cool.
For the month of January. Well, I've drank alcohol about 3 times.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. There was just like a couple times I was like, I'm going to hang out with my friend who's sad or whatever and have a glass of wine.
Who needs beer to feel better.
Who needs beer to feel better. Yeah. Wine.
Wine to feel better.
She needed wine. Or, I don't know. There was just
friend who needs wine to feel better. This is kind of getting into the topic territory.
Oh.
Drinking a little wine with a friend who just needs it to feel better. We might be getting into...
Easy does it. Don't jump ahead, Tom. You're so excited about the topic. You're jumping ahead. We haven't even discussed why we're here hosting this podcast, which we shouldn't be. We should be off living our beautiful lives. We'd like to just be having quiet lives.
Yeah.
The quiet lives of scholars.
Yeah, I would like to be having a quiet life of a scholar and a parent, but I have important work to be done.
Yeah,
I have important work to do. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess what I was teeing up was that the host of the podcast, Chris Chismore, isn't here this week.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's off doing important research. Could not make it down to Detweiler Sound, Tupelo, Mississippi, and I actually know where he is. We've been actually emailing back and forth a lot.
It's always email lately.
Texting. Well, sometimes we get on Discord.
Just once. Oh, okay.
Sometimes we have a Discord with just me and him.
I was going to say, just once I'd love to get a Discord call from him. So thank God he's doing that.
Sometimes he'll Discord me late at night, when I'm up, helping with the baby. We'll hop on Discord and chat back and forth.
When you're awake at 3 a.m. strengthening the baby.
Yeah, when I'm strengthening the baby, and I'm giving him ideas because he's actually trying to give babies a better digestive system. That's where he is this week. He's in Alberta, Canada. He's in a lab in Alberta, Canada.
Right. The last place you're allowed to do baby research.
Yeah, And I was going to say, everyone thinks, oh, well, maybe Dr. Chris Chismore is doing baby research. That sounds evil. He's actually doing it in a very respectful and humanitarian way.
Okay.
He's actually
the babies don't feel any pain.
The babies are not feeling any. He's actually kind of tinkering with pregnant mothers instead.
Oh, okay. Which, no qualms there.
No qualms there. It's way better. He's tinkering. He's upgrading pregnant mothers digestive systems, and then in hopes that the babies come out with a more developed digestive system.
I see.
That's something I've learned as a parent, is that babies, you think they come out fully cooked, and their outsides and most of their insides are cooked, but their digestive systems, they still got a long way to go.
I would hope that almost no listener of Really Important Thinking was, prior to that moment just now, thought babies come out fully cooked.
Well,
if anybody thought that, you need to go back, you need to re-listen to every episode and just get your brain right.
Well, I mean, you think babies are set up with, it's like they still have a lot of development, but you think like, they come out, they're fine. Well, it turns out they can't digest stuff well. And that's been the cause. My baby is a gassy baby. And so she wakes up constantly, or a lot of the times, uncomfortable by gas. And, it keeps me awake at night. And if I wasn't awake so much, I might be able to get restorative sleep and, do better, more productive research during the day. So I have been going back and forth with Chris. He said, I've got a baby lab.
He's got a baby lab.
He said, I've got a baby lab.
Email opens with, I've got a baby lab.
I've got a baby
lab.
No
subject title.
Everything, we're doing everything in a really respectful and really humanitarian way. Okay.
Oh my God.
You might have heard a bit, a monkey.
No, that was Foot just tried to destroy. She tried to jump up on a ledge and almost pulled the whole thing with her.
Okay. So Foot kind of interrupted us there, but she's okay.
A cat. That's a cat if you're a first time listener.
The plant's okay. Chris, we found out where he is.
Did you have anything else about his research? You seem to just have said he's testing pregnant women and making their digestive tracts better somehow.
He's trying to upgrade their digestive tracts so that the babies come out with a more developed digestive tract.
Fully.
And he's doing it in a way where like nothing can really go wrong. If he like messes up, they still come out net better.
I see.
So we don't have to worry about pregnant women or babies at all.
Chismore's on the case.
If you're thinking about praying for these pregnant women or babies, direct your prayers to God and ask him to make babies have a better digestive system.
Oh, I see. Chismore's on the case.
Yeah, Chismore's on the case.
Maybe some very important merch. Really important merch, not very important. Jesus Christ.
Really important. What's the really important merch you're thinking of? Like
T-shirt that says Chismore's on the case.
Oh yeah, Chismore's on the case.
Jesus, you got to get some more sleep, man. You're slow today.
I know. I'm a little bit slow every day.
And a little bit slower every day.
Yes.
From here on out.
There is one more piece of housekeeping. I haven't checked the email in a while, but I checked it today. I saw we got a lot of emails from our citizen soldiers. I will respond to them now that I'm back.
We will respond to them.
We will respond to them.
And we'll do a little. Maybe we'll do a little improvised listener mail. We'll at the end of the episode.
Yeah, we'll do one at the end of the episode. Okay, cool.
Okay, incredible. So, and for the topic, and you click the podcast, so you know what it's about. But we say it again, just like how Conan O'Brien tells you the name of the guest, even though you already know it. Mm-hmm. Matt Damon. Oh, hugging and kissing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hugging and kissing. We originally had a different topic slated.
And that was jail and prisons.
That was jail and prisons, but we figured, we've all had there's been a lot to think about, and let's keep it light. We got Valentine's Day coming up. So we're going to talk about hugging and kissing, which there's surprisingly a lot about, and I do have a lot of optimizations for
That's
hugging
incredible.
and kissing.
I have a couple, but mostly just here to have a conversation, have a good time with my pal.
Okay.
Live on a podcast for free.
Wonderful. I do have a little bit of some history.
Or sponsored by Randall and Sauces, which this week is free. They're not paying us this week. This one we're throwing out to them. We'll
acknowledge the Randleman Sky Cam. I would like to acknowledge the gift basket that Randleman sent me and my wife and our new child. They gave me the mommy sauce, the baby sauce, and the daddy sauce, and it was a very kind gift from everyone at Randleman Sauces.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. The mommy sauce actually helps stimulate breast milk production.
And what's the daddy sauce do?
The daddy sauce is kind of like a non-alcoholic. A lot of their guys' sauces, a lot of their sauces for men have alcohol.
They're filled with alcohol.
Yeah, they're like bitters.
I haven't really been able to have any of their sauces except for 3 times this month.
Yeah, well, it's like a non-alcoholic version of their more alcoholic sauces. The daddy sauce, it's a comforting purple sauce with it's like a more umami.
Okay, sure.
Like a little heavier umami. It's got a touch of dragon fruit in there as well.
I was just wondering if it gave you any powers.
No.
Okay.
It does have a little bit of melatonin in there.
Just to calm you out.
To help,
drowse you
down.
down.
A little bit of melatonin, a little bit of CBD.
Yeah.
Calm you down, help you sleep at night. So, yeah, thank you, Randleman's.
Thank you, Randleman Sauces, sponsor of the podcast. You were saying?
Yes. So, kissing.
I'll say, as guys, one of our favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Guys love kissing. Gals love kissing. People love kissing.
I think one thing I've learned from doing a little research on this is everybody loves to kiss. You know, I didn't know human mouth-to-mouth kissing began, scientists think, in a shared ancestor 21.5 to 17 million years ago. So a range of about 5 million years was, give or take 5 million years, we think we know when kissing came around.
And for you Christians, that's 150 years ago.
Yeah. For you, for all of you devout,
for all you devout believers,
literal Christians,
that's last Thursday.
Okay, so they think that Neanderthals probably kissed.
Yes, and I read a thing that said that they think perhaps it's just in the Wikipedia. There's just one sentence that's something along the lines of like, perhaps Neanderthals and humans kissed, which just sounds like somebody's
what
just
if we
kind
shared an interspecies kiss?
Yeah, exactly, next to the Burger King,
or
whatever the meme is.
But they think that the oldest written evidence, was from 2500 BC, Sumerian clay tablets showing kissing.
The kissing poem.
Oh
no!
You know of a kissing poem?
Yes. Sorry. I thought you were going to say there's Sumerians were. You're saying they made kissing art of depicting some kisses.
2500 BC was like the first written account of kissing, and they think they're like, okay, now it's on paper, so it's real. It's documented.
Gotcha.
Like business people say we documented it.
Here's a piece of Sumerian poetry.
Okay.
Mentioning kissing. My lips are too small, they know not to kiss. My precious sweet lying by my heart. One by one, tongue making one by one. When my sweet precious, my heart had lain down too, each of them in turn kissing with the tongue, each in turn.
Damn.
Now, I don't really know. It seems like we're talking about maybe an orgy of kissing there. It goes from one my heart to each in turn. Seems like there's lots of people kissing in this sort of Sumerian, I'll call it fuckfest.
Yeah, damn. I would love to get a kiss from a Sumerian. If I wasn't married, of course.
Right.
You know, but
well, they might not mind.
Yeah.
I think maybe things were different back in ancient Sumeria.
That's true. A man or woman could have multiple partners.
Maybe. That's pure conjecture on my part. I'm just going with you.
I'm just thinking if I had a time machine, maybe it would be fun to go back and get a Sumerian kiss.
Yes. This is a great question. Who would you go back in history to get a kiss from?
Oh, damn.
Or give a kiss to.
I think getting a kiss from an Egyptian might be pretty cool. They seem like they'd give you a real nice sloppy kiss.
I'd be afraid of getting ancient diseases now that I'm thinking about this, because a lot of the research is about like vectors, spreading diseases, like kissing, like spreading some form of herpes,
a vector
disease. Kissing being a vector for disease, but I guess the vector would be the humans.
Yes. I've got vector disease.
Vector disease sounds fucking sick.
Give me vector disease. Okay.
Damn, vector disease.
So you think who would you want to get a kiss from?
I mean, now that you're saying it, Cleopatra's kind of sounded nice. I think kissing, as well, you might come to find out we might discuss, is a form of respect.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get a kiss from Attila the Hun.
Just so you could know that he
or Hannibal.
I was thinking more Chinggis Khan.
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to get a kiss from Chinggis Khan.
You know what? I'd like to see the three of them kiss, and then they all turn and kiss me in succession. All at once.
And say, we respect you for who you are, Griffin.
And then we all turn to the camera. I brought a camera and I'm videotaping this, and I say, the four great generals. Me, utter moron. Not sure if any of them. I think they were probably just all rulers.
We respect you for who you are, and for your thoughts, and also for your video editing and for your art.
Yeah, they say all that to me. Yeah, so in my fantasy, they're also they're speaking things to me.
You kiss, and then you use words of affirmation.
And this would be a respectful kiss. There's probably some kind of Latin word in the research about what that type of kiss, but a kiss is expressing eros.
Eros.
Who'd you like to get sort of a sexual kiss from, Tom?
Oh, maybe, we
back
wouldn't
to
have to go
Cleopatra.
back too far. Well, I saw something.
Hold on, what are you about to say?
Well, I saw.
Tom's over here about to say some improviser he knew in Chicago in 2013. Oh, one more.
There's no way I'm naming that on the podcast because. Anyway, I did watch a documentary one time about ancient Egypt where they were like, "Oh, Cleopatra, like some people thought that she wasn't like that beautiful." They're like,
"Oh, fuck, Helen! What about Helen of Troy?"
That people found her more attractive because she was so powerful and was so smart.
Well, that's why I find her attractive, actually.
Oh, okay. I was kind of thinking more like Cleopatra might be hot. But,
yeah, I was thinking that too. Helen, famously hot.
Oh yeah, Helen of Troy. Yeah, I think it's hard to pick.
Ooh, what about a kiss from Cher when she was like in her 20s?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say like what jumps out to me is like Marilyn, but you wouldn't have to go back too far. But like the Marilyn Monroe, everybody wants to get a kiss from her.
Oh, that sounds
Betty Boop. I mean, that's a cartoon character.
Or Meryl Streep. I'd take a respectful kiss from Meryl Streep right now.
You take a respectful kiss from Meryl Streep. Yeah,
I kiss him as a peer and an equal in the arts.
Yeah.
This is Griffin Winsler, actor, and she would present me to the camera. Once again, I brought a camera.
Yeah.
I did have to, because of the rules, I did time travel back.
Okay.
2 years ago, let's say.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking like one of the Himes sisters before they got famous.
Okay, this is getting prurient, disgusting, lascivious.
I did see one of the Himes sisters this week. I forgot to tell you.
This week? Which one? Where?
I was on a run.
We haven't doxed anybody in a while.
We haven't doxed anyone in a while.
And let's dox a celebrity.
I was running around my neighborhood. I saw Alana Haim. I ran right past her. She did not make eye contact.
Lives in your neighborhood.
I don't know.
I one time saw her coming out of the Glendale Galleria, and it looked like she was wearing pajamas. I think it was just one big shirt.
That's awesome.
So we've both seen her. Yeah. In your neighborhood, pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
They must live up there.
Who knows?
Wow, and the hills above Tom.
I'm not going to track them down. I'm too busy thinking about it.
No more.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's one particular like person from history that I want to kiss, but I would love to kiss maybe a Mayan or like an Aztec. I think that would be pretty cool.
I would just be so worried that I'm going to give them some fucked up. I'm going to go back in time. And I'm going to be the one to wipe these guys out.
Let's just say it's a non.
Okay, there's no diseases.
You're not going to give them vector disease.
You're not giving them any vector diseases. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. Why the Mayans?
I don't know. It just seemed like a cool people.
I wonder if they kissed, because not all cultures kissed.
Yeah.
And also, something I was reading about. This is the most research either of us have ever done for anything on this podcast. Is that there's a bit of a debate: kissing nurture or nature.
Oh,
it seems some people think that kissing is a natural impulse in human beings, and maybe that it's been observed in animals, but then the counterpoint to that is there's 90% of human cultures do not kiss. Or excuse me, 90% of human cultures kiss, 10% do not. That 10% is evidence that if it was innate, everybody would kiss it.
Yeah.
But it's been written about for forever, millions of years ago, not millions, but was it millions? Long ass time ago.
Written about in
not
like
millions.
2500 BC, first written about, but scientists think we've been kissing for millions upon millions of years.
So then it's been shared down human to human, or pre-human to pre-human to human, Neanderthal to human, as a social thing, and we're keeping it strong.
Yeah.
If everybody died on Earth, and then somehow Earth was repopulated with new human beings that didn't know about kissing, they might not do it. Well, there's a debate.
Now there's a movie idea.
Oh,
everyone
what if nobody
gets wiped out, and there's one guy who remembers how to kiss.
This is, oh my God, what was the Beatles? There was the Beatles movie where what if nobody knew about the Beatles, but then the guy came up with all the Beatles songs.
Yeah.
This is the sequel.
Yeah.
What if nobody knew about kissing and I'm the first guy to invent kissing?
Everybody thinks you're the creepiest fucking guy. You're like, hey, I'm trying to be cool here.
I love that we don't know where it came from, and there's maybe a little bit of because the biological side of it seems to be that it's like, it's helpful in sharing, I guess, immune, cell, like helping each other's immune systems. And then there was another thing. I was like, well, it might be helpful in males in assessing a mate, like tasting the, a woman's saliva and like being able to assess like, I don't know, pheromone level. Yeah. Is this my sister? Is she going to be good to mate with? I don't know. That was one quick thing that I don't know how that would really play out. Now we've lost that ability.
It's funny that there's been so much research spent on I think it's cool to know where kissing comes from, but to spend so much research on why did people kiss? Well, and it's like just Occam's razor, scientist. Why do you like to be kissed? It's like, well, it feels good, makes me horny.
Oh, right.
People just, we found out this
What's going on with that 10% though? They're not feeling good and getting horny. Something else is doing that.
I'm sure they're doing other stuff.
Okay.
I'm sure they're fast track. I'm sure they're on the interstate straight to
Horntown.
But we're not getting. That's not the topic for this week. Is not sexual intercourse.
No,
the topic is hugging and kissing.
It is, which can often be a precursor.
Yes, but can be very, very innocent.
Sure, children kiss.
Yes, children kiss.
There was on my playground in elementary school, there was a girl who had Down syndrome who was in our class, and she would say that she was in love with this kid named Adrian, and Adrian, was nice, but like he didn't want to kiss her, and she always wanted to kiss him. And I remember one day, I think it had just been like so much like she really wants to kiss you.
Yeah.
And then the teacher, there was like everybody kind of peer pressured this kid, including the teachers, like, let her kiss you. And looking back, that's such a strange image from the 90s of, dude, just sit still and let this girl kiss you.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
I wonder how that guy's doing now. I wonder how she's doing. Adrian lived on my street, I think.
Nice. I think we've done a good job covering the history, a brief history of kissing.
And let's say if you want, there's further reading. There's a lot of history on kissing if you want to.
Yeah.
If you want to check it out, dear reader.
Let's get into some optimizations.
Sure.
And I think we'll naturally kind of continue weaving the historical web of kissing. Do you have any optimizations to make kissing better, more productive, more efficient for human beings?
I would say very few, or at least off the rip, few optimizations ready to go. I'm still thinking about them. I was so enthralled with the history of that I kind of forgot about optimizations for kissing.
I'll kick us off. Here we go. So, French kissing.
Sure.
Kissing with the tongue.
That's a little bit of tongue making, as it's called.
It's called deep kissing. I've seen it referenced as deep
Scientifically
kissing.
known as deep kissing.
Scientifically known as deep kissing.
We have deep thinking, deep sleeping,
and deep kissing.
And deep kissing. Those are the three big deeps.
The three big deeps.
As it's known in the literature.
Yes. So, deep kissing, they think, might have evolved or came out of pre-mastication.
Right.
Mothers chewing up foods for their
bird feeding,
and even like romantic lovers, chewing up food, saying, "I'm feeding my lover."
Okay, sure.
So my optimization is, I think we start bringing food back.
We bring food back into the kissing.
Yeah,
I think I do think people do that some. There's sort of food. The food to kissing pipeline still exists, but I think it's weak. I think you're right. It needs to be bolstered.
Yeah. I think
sharing a piece of cantaloupe with some honey and also your tongue's meat.
Yeah, a few dates in, you say, hey, would you like some of this cantaloupe? And your date says, oh, yes, of course. And instead of grabbing the fork, you put it in your own mouth. And you lean over the table.
Oh, I see.
And you start.
This is immediately creepy guy move. Immediately.
And everyone in the restaurant says, that's a pretty good idea.
That's a good idea.
And they start doing that.
Interesting.
And then the servers are kind of like, oh, okay.
I guess we're not going to sell as much cantaloupe anymore.
I guess.
Or maybe we'll sell more.
Charging more. These people are splitting a plate.
They found a way to split the plate without telling us they're going to do it.
I got to charge them $7 for a split plate charge. I think that bringing food back into deep kissing could be, an interesting and intriguing sensory experience, especially given the rise of, we're always trying to get back to what our cave person ancestors are doing, whether it's going keto or like the paleo diet or like, these things that are
sleeping on the floor,
walking on all fours,
right. Going gorilla mode.
I think that we need to start pre-mastication kissing, swapping food back and forth, nutritious,
just for the experience. Any benefit you see in that
sensory. I think you
makes it more exciting.
Makes it more exciting.
I think it's a good idea, especially for maybe long-term couples that have been kissing a lot.
Yeah,
up the ante, maybe add a little flavor in there.
Yeah, you might get a little bored of the same kisses.
Honey, don't kiss me goodnight yet. Let me grab one of these frozen blueberries. Yeah, and then you do the frozen blueberry kiss and kind of you warm it up between each other's.
Exactly.
Ooh, this is gonna get fun.
Yeah.
Well, and this is just reminding me or making me think of, you mentioned dates and kissing, and there's a lot of anxiety around, when do you kiss? First date, second date. Second date seems like you should be kissing. First date, I wish I had an optimization here. My brain just started cranking on remembering that that's a thing.
A lot of times in my life, I've been kissing before the first date.
Even before the first date?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. There was a time in college, post-college, I wasn't even going to first date. We were just kissing.
Getting busy on the dance floor
Straight
a little bit.
Kiss, yeah.
Straight in the kiss. Then maybe you'd, seeing how the night went, you'd say, would you like to go on a date?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think, that might be a good optimization for kissing is, if you're in that stage in your life, like, I think kissing somebody is far more fun, far less committal than being like, let's spend 3 or 4 hours together.
Let's make out a little bit. It's kind of fun.
So yeah, if we're at a bar, if we're on the dance floor, let's make out a little bit. Let's kiss first and then decide whether we might like to go on a date.
Yeah, I think that's it. I get that. I could see that. I've probably done that.
It's both we have to make kissing more prevalent, more acceptable. Mm-hmm. It'll be less prude about it.
Well, there's a lot of taboo around kissing in public.
Yes,
some places it's acceptable, but often you're like, yeesh. Yeah, keep me out of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of PDA that people don't like, which I understand, but I think I've been a bit too far. I think I've been a bit too hesitant to do any PDA where I'm like, no one gives a fuck if you just give a little kiss.
A quick peck, something, nice, sure.
Even a nice, even just a 2-second kiss. If you're like a teen and you're at like a line and you're in a line for a roller coaster, you don't need to be. Don't be making out. Don't be making out.
They don't know any better. But this, all teen listeners, you've been warned. Yeah. No more making out in the roller coaster line.
Yeah, exclusively for a roller coaster waiting in a line.
Wait, how old were you when you had your first kiss?
I think I was in 7th grade.
Woo! Where was it?
It was at a movie theater.
What movie?
The movie Anger Management, starring Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus is the golfer, right? Jack
Nicholson.
Yeah.
Wow, and John C. Reilly plays his ex-bully who becomes a Buddhist.
Whoa!
I almost called him his ex-bully, which would be a Buddhist bully. And if you're suffering under the power of a Buddhist bully, please email us and let us know. We'd love to hear about your what do I call him? Buddhist. Bully. Your bully. Losing my mind?
Yeah. How old were you when you had your first kiss?
I was freshman in high school. 14.
Whoa, okay. A little 15? Bit older than me.
15?
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit older than you. And it was next to the dumpsters behind Father Ryan High School's cafeteria.
Whoa. What did you think?
Why is there another couple next to me right now? This is kind of weird.
Oh,
we were all just talking, and now we're all kissing, and now
Whoa.
I kind of couldn't. I was kind of weirded out by that. But then also I was like, this feels great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is the stuff dreams. I started singing. Yeah, oh, to be kissed. And well, I never saw her again.
Dude, what was her name?
I don't want to say that on the pod. Her name was Megan.
Okay.
And we dated for a while.
Whoa.
For a little while. A high school minute.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Yes. The first girl I kissed, her name was Ashley.
Okay.
I remember loving it. I remember thinking, this is awesome. This is so much wetter.
This is so much wetter than you thought it was going to be.
So much wetter than I thought it was going to be.
And probably wetter than any kiss you'd had since then. That's probably the wettest kiss when nobody knows what they're doing.
And then I was like, oh, damn, I kind of felt her teeth,
This is once again sounding like a song, The Wettest Kiss.
The wettest kiss.
You felt her teeth?
Or you feel more of the person's mouth than you think.
You're kind of going nuts with the tongue.
And I was also like, oh, I can kind of smell her like cheap perfume. At the time, I didn't know it was cheap, but I was kind of like, oh, it smells like toilet paper.
That's so interesting.
And now I'm like, oh yeah, it was just like middle schooler perfume.
That's because when in my case, I distinctly remember having the thought, this is an expensive woman.
Because you had paid for so many before.
No. It was the hold on. The perfume was expensive.
Oh, okay.
I'm making that up right now, Tom. Don't think too deep about it.
Okay.
You were staring at me like you were concerned.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that it was my first kiss, and I, remember trying to just like go to the rhythm. I was really like, okay. Like just, I never like
You've
learned.
like done a bunch of research about this. You've thought about it.
No, it's like YouTube didn't exist. I definitely like practiced kissing a little bit on like a pillow.
Whoa, nice.
But then I was like, okay, well, here I am in the game. And, everyone, like Mike Tyson says, everyone has a plan until they get kissed in the mouth. Here I am getting kissed in the mouth. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to kind of like
just go along.
Do a little bit, but not like too much.
This is good. This is your natural dancing ability coming into play.
And then I was like, okay, that was good. And then like, I think I dated the girl as much as you can in middle school. Just like, oh, we were kind of like,
your mom's dropped you off at the same movie theater?
Yeah, at the same movie theater for like a couple of weeks, and then nothing ever really came of it. But I did talk to her friends, and they were like, she said you were a good kisser.
Oh, that's incredible. That's got to feel...
I was like, fuck yeah!
That's such a confidence boost.
Yeah, it was.
Holy hell.
It was awesome.
And that propelled you into marriage. This is why you're married and I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Because somebody told you that early on.
Yeah, because in 7th grade, someone told me I was a good kisser.
Wow.
But yeah, it was a magical experience. I loved it. It was, very wet.
Very wet. Just needed to talk about that for a second before you got back to your research and your history of making out.
Well, I'm glad we covered the first kiss because I think everyone's going to want to know about it. First kiss stories are always good. I don't think there's like a bad first kiss story unless it's a bad kiss story. Unless it's like bad kiss.
Well, that's still a good story.
I don't know if I'd say that.
What do you mean?
I don't mean like bad kiss as a quality kiss. I mean like bad kiss. Like I didn't want to be kissed.
Yeah, you're bringing up pedophilia and sexual assault all over the place. What's going on with you, man?
Jesus Christ. Here's my optimization for hugging. We've talked a lot about kissing. Here's an optimization for hugging.
Okay.
That will take us off the dark path that I led us down. Okay, I think hugging should have as distinct rules... social rules as kissing.
Interesting.
Because I think kissing is like, it's pretty clear. I think from when I was a child, like I was always very confident. Like these are the people, this is when it's appropriate to kiss, appropriate to kiss and to be kissed.
Okay.
And like, I know the type of people I kiss and the type of people I don't kiss. But hugging,
it's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
It's everybody's kind of improvising. Hugging's jazz.
Like to the point where people have, during COVID would like wear those wristbands that were like, don't hug me, don't touch me. Where like some people like don't like it at all, and you have to like, okay, yeah. But then you're like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? And you don't want to seem insincere when you hug someone. If you're like meeting a friend of a friend, some people like go for the hug, even if you don't really know them.
Well, yes.
Other people just stick out the handshake, and then you'll spend like 4 hours together, and then they'll like want a handshake at the end. And I'm kind of like, I'm fine with that, but I'm also fine with like hugging people after I've been around them for 4 hours and know that like, okay,
yeah, me too.
You're my friend's friend. You're not a weirdo.
I trust you. I like you.
Yeah, I'll give you a hug.
And then if you're mixed co-ed group, I'm becoming so aware of like we're doing this goofy dance where the women are hugging, and the women are doing mostly side hug to let you know it ain't that serious.
Yeah,
and then the men are like handshaking each other, and it's not bad necessarily, but it's one of the most gendered things that just you experience. It comes out of people, and it's we're all playing the game of this matters. Like
it really is. You've brought up an excellent point that it's a gendered problem. It's like women seem to know it and do it well. It's men who have a problem hugging.
So I have something about this.
Okay.
My one thing I really have.
Okay.
Masculinity is in decline.
Yes.
Women and non-binaries are basically running the country right now.
Okay.
We need to make the hug more masculine.
Okay.
We need to get masculinity into more places. Men are not doing the hug right now. It's hugs are for women, handshakes are for men. I think because the handshake, there's a quick, every little boy, you learn this at some point, you give a firm handshake.
Yeah.
Handshakes immediately become a little game, a little contest, a little warfare of who's going to be the firmest handshake, or can you at least match my firmness?
Yeah.
I think we need to get men hugging. We need to add the same thought process to hugging. So when you give a man a hug, I think don't just give a nice, it needs to be a nice hearty hug. And I'm going to see two men kind of out trying to squeeze each other.
Okay.
And if somebody gives you a little limp dick dead fish hug, that's no man you want to do business with.
Yeah.
You want to have the breath squoze out of you.
Yeah. I could get into that.
I think we start doing that. Men start viewing hugging as wrestling.
Okay. So you are saying hugging is too unmasculine.
It's way too unmasculine. It's for the women. Which I'm trying to change the perception.
You generally limp hug, so you're not trying to bear hug somebody. So you want all men.
You're giving a pat. You're giving maybe a bro. I think it's more common now to give like bro grabs.
Yeah.
I think, but there's a slap to it. There's a hit to it.
Yeah.
Which is good. I think men are, they're masculining the hug. I think you could just apply the same logic of handshakes, of the warfare of a handshake to a hug. I have an article coming out called The Warfare of the Hug.
I think that'd be popular with a lot of guys.
I think it would be popular with a certain subsect of academia that I don't want to have anything to do with.
Absolutely. In high school and like college, I kind of started this as a bit with a few of my friends, but like there was I forget where I saw this, but it was like, it might have been at summer camp, but there were a group of guys who was like a type of hug where instead of like going up, it was like you like literally like went under a guy's taint and over his shoulders.
Whoa. Okay. This is kind of like fun.
And you could do that, and you can actually do it pretty easily with two men or two women.
You go between their legs?
Yeah.
What the hell?
And you like hug
one arm goes between the legs. The other arm goes over shoulder next to neck.
Like you're picking up.
This is a grapple. This is a full grapple.
It's a full grapple.
And you pick each other up.
No, you don't pick each other up. You just hug like that. And
some man's balls are rubbing on your forearm.
Yeah, and we all thought it was really funny, and we would do that if it was like you're really close friends. And something like that to me was like kind of fun because you're like, oh, whoa, this is really showing that I trust this person. And also it's like so intimate and so like, it's like not like overtly sexual, but you are like, I'm putting my forearm underneath this man's taint.
The bizarre homoeroticism of heterosexual men.
Yeah, and like high school too.
High school men, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like something like that, is also a very like visceral, masculine kind of hug.
Yeah. This seems like maybe the ancient Greeks might have hugged each other like that. We just don't know about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's always kind of a crapshoot on knowing like
who's gonna hug,
which guys to hug, and which guys to not hug. I feel like a lot of our friends are huggers, and I think a lot of our citizen soldiers are probably huggers too, unless they have some sort of sensory thing. We're like, no.
And I say, squash that, overcome that. You need to be hugging.
But
I one time met a friend of my girlfriend, and I could swear at the beginning of the hang he gave me a hug, and I was like, yeah, I'm going with this. Sure. He wants to just like quick, what's up, man? We've met I think we'd met before, but this is like we were like going to lunch, and then at the end of it I went to hug him, and I think he said out loud, oh, I guess we're hugging. And I was like, what? I've been bamboozled.
Yeah.
Tricked. I feel crazy. And then Steph was like, what, you're hugging this guy. What do you, just give him a handshake. I don't know what to make of this.
Yeah, I don't know how
I fully had a prank pulled.
Yeah, it feels. I have definitely been in this situation, not in that exact situation, but in the situation that like literally everybody else is hugging, and then like I'm the only one that gets a handshake.
Yeah, and it makes you feel weird.
Yeah, it makes you feel.
Am I not approachable?
Yeah, you hugging my wife?
You hugging my fucking wife?
Me?
Whoa,
fucking pervert. Yeah. So maybe if we hugged more,
let's get a couple more.
And maybe maybe at like
hugs in there.
maybe Congress or the UN when they got together to discuss world affairs and come up with some world hugging guidelines. Not like laws where you'd be imprisoned, but just like, hey, these are the rules similar to like rules of engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, let's have rules of hugging. Let's have some like guidelines for hugging that everyone in the world can agree on. Because that's like,
damn, if Congress had to hug each other, if no more handshaking congressmen and women, and across the aisle you had to hug when you,
wow,
I think we'd be healing.
Wow, that's powerful.
I think it would, at least the optics would feel different. It's a subtle change, but I think it's an important change.
Hey, instead of reaching across the aisle for a handshake, how about you
how about you grab across the aisle?
Yeah. How about you grab across the aisle and embrace? How about you embrace across the aisle?
Hold them for 1 second. And I'll say that dipping back into the research on hugging seems to be scant.
Really?
Yeah, or I wasn't, I didn't go super deep. But
can you imagine? Sorry, go ahead.
We'll go on.
I was going to say, can you imagine being like a PhD student and they're like, okay, so what are you going to do your
hugging?
And you're like, I want to do hugging. And they're like,
hugging?
You gay?
What?
Your professor?
You think
I don't know.
The joke? What's funny is that you think your professor would say "you gay." That's the big joke. That can happen with any subject.
I know. No, I just mean like the professor's like, okay, you want to do your
okay. You sound like a child.
Yeah, I know, but I mean like, yeah, it's like, okay, so you want to do your, and you're like, yeah, I want to.
I think there are people doing that right now.
Yeah,
I think there's certainly somebody doing it on hugging right now. Well, one thing was hugging. Well, first off, at least on the Wikipedia, it doesn't mention the history of hugging. There's no like, where'd this come from? Why do we do it? It's just kind of a given. I guess it seems like, animals hug each other for warmth potentially, and whatever. There's some health benefits to hugging, but I thought one of the curious things is the health to benefits to hugging kick in after 20 seconds. A 20-second hug, then you notice an uptick in, I think, oxytocin. When was the last time you gave anybody a 20-second hug?
Never. Oh, I mean, I've definitely given someone a 20-second hug, but I feel like I've heard that.
20 seconds? Wait, who was the last person you hugged for 20 seconds?
Bored Panda or BuzzFeed
in like
2009.
Oh, okay, this is sounding familiar.
It's like Bored Panda was like a BuzzFeed site where they were like, and this thing about people being like, oh, like if we all just hugged each other longer.
20 seconds.
Yeah. Dude,
I don't know if I've hugged anybody longer than 5 seconds. And after 5, it starts being like, let me go.
Okay, so here's a story about a long hug and a few long hugs that made a difference.
This is your children's book.
This is my children's book. So I have a grandfather.
As many of us do.
As many of us do. He is still alive. He's 90-something years old.
Okay.
So he's always been my grandfather.
Right. That's
as long as I'm
how they work.
Living. Well, that's generally how they work until you get a grandfather like this. He is not my biological grandfather.
Oh.
He married my biological grandfather died before I was born.
Yes.
So my entire life, he's been like, call me by my first name. His name's Bob.
I also have a non-biological grandfather. This is something we share.
That's awesome.
Mine is Buck.
I knew that. Buck.
So
we have Bob and Buck. Okay.
Maybe they know each other.
So anyway,
the non-biological grandfather meetup. This is like a Far Side cartoon that got thrown in the dumpster. Not even to the trash can, just straight to the dumpster.
Like, okay, man. So, okay.
Sorry.
He has biological grandchildren of his own, which I think why. But he was always kind, but he was always like, no, just call me Bob or whatever.
Yep.
So, but he was like never overly affectionate with us. And then he would always a handshake guy, even until I was like in middle school.
To the grandchildren.
Yeah, to the grandchildren, like handshake.
Interesting.
And especially as I got older, handshake. And then eventually I was just like, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. I'm like, whether you love me or not, I love you. You've been my only grandfather.
I'm giving you a hug.
I'm giving you a hug. And I hugged him. And he was initially kind of like, okay, he's like, okay, Tom, I know he likes funny. He's a funny guy.
He thought this was a joke.
He was, but then I was like, I would start doing it longer and longer to just like to the point where it was a little uncomfortable. And he'd be like, okay. And I'd hold on. And my cousins would kind of laugh. But then I did it so much where like, he eventually was like, yeah, I liked it. And like, he would start to hug me. And now he's gotten way more affectionate.
You've tamed him.
And he'll always give me a hug. And he'll give everyone else a hug too.
So sometimes, Tom, you're saying sometimes if somebody doesn't want to be hugging you, force them to. and hold them into it.
Well,
Hold them in it.
If they're a crotchety old man,
They'll like it. They'll learn to like it.
He needed a hug. He needed to be hugged.
Yeah, he did.
Some people need.
I can't believe he gave you
guys need to be hugged.
handshakes.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's a very like I don't know. That's like storybook grandfather like I demand respect kind of move.
Well, he was like a banker his whole life.
Sure.
So,
wow, that's a breakthrough you had with this man.
Hugging breakthrough.
Hugging Bob, and now he's known as Hugging Bob.
Yeah, Hugging Bob. Yeah. Maybe I should have done my thesis. Maybe I should have been a scientist.
Sounding more interesting.
That would have been like, but I mean, it is kind of like, yeah, you want to do your thesis on hugging? Yeah, it feels good.
Do most PhDs, how many of them do you think have like a personal connection or like story to it versus just like pure interest or like, I guess like doctors are like looking for, career and want money, but like research scientists, how many of them are like
50-50?
I hugged my grandfather once and it got me, and he hugged me back and he liked it. And that's why I'm doing this research. That seems too... that's like movie logic.
Yeah. And they'd be like,
I think it exists though.
Hey man, maybe you need to be a little more objective in your...
Yeah, I guess that'll cloud your thinking. So you need... Okay, never mind. This is about something else. I was imagining being a PhD too much. That's incredible.
Did Buck give you a lot of hugs?
I don't remember Buck giving me lots of hugs, but there was probably some handshaking. There was definitely an air of like deference, reverence, and maybe slight aloofness. I don't know, but he just wasn't and is sort of such a commanding and a figure, and is very sweet guy. So I definitely a lot of hugging as well. There was no like, I don't know. I remember hugging him. He seems though like a guy that would be like, give a handshake, boy.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay, I think this leads into another question that I had that I wanted to ask and discuss. Do you kiss your dad?
No.
And how long do you kiss your dad for?
No, but 20 minutes.
But like at what age did either your dad stop kissing you or do you still kiss your dad?
No, I'm not like whatever fucking Tom Brady or whoever. Isn't there some football star who's like
Tom
still
Brady
kissing his dad?
His son.
Or kisses his son?
Kisses his son, yeah. That was great.
On the mouth.
Yeah, you're the professor that you're like, you gay?
No, I'm not like, you gay. I'm like, that's crazy. I think everybody saw. That's why I know about it.
How is that
everybody's
crazy?
like, it's crazy.
Okay, now we might get in a fight about this.
Okay. I don't know
anything
anything about sports. I don't follow sports whatsoever.
Okay.
But I know that. Why would I know that? Because it became news. Why did it become news? Because it's notable. It was wild to see Tom Brady kissing his son on the mouth. People don't do that as much. And certainly not after they're the infant. They're no longer an infant.
I don't think he was kissing his son on the mouth.
I think he kissed him on the mouth.
I think he kissed him
his
on the
son's
mouth
27 years
but
old.
he also kissed him on the head. It was like kissing him, just being very affectionate by kissing his son.
Yes. It was a mouth kiss, and it was, the boy is old enough that people were like, who does that?
I think that is admirable.
Sure. I'm just saying, I remember it. That was the news about it. Whoa.
I wish that was the news today.
You wish the news
was more of the news was,
you wish you were kissing your dad on the mouth more.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I wish the news was this celebrity kisses his son on the mouth instead of citizens getting shot.
Right. Okay.
That's what I mean.
Right. Yeah. I guess I wish the news was Chuck Schumer kisses adult son on mouth. Out of protest.
Yeah, out of protest.
To protest ICE.
Instead of Chuck Schumer gives $80 billion to ICE.
Yeah. I guess I wish that was the news too. Now that you're saying that. Yeah.
But anyway,
I would say I was very young. I don't know.
Do you remember your dad kissing you?
Not in any particular sense or instance.
Interesting. Okay.
He must have. What about you?
Yeah. I think my dad was always very affectionate with me.
Yeah.
He kissed me a lot. And like, I'll say it.
I think I was just so little.
He'll still kiss me every once in a while. He'll give me a kiss on the head.
Kiss on the head?
Yeah,
oh, that's cute.
once a year or so. And I'll take it.
Birthday? Christmas?
It's birthday.
My dad's got to fly in.
No, but he was a very affectionate, loving father.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and I think, I love that.
I would say mine was and is too, but no kissing.
Yeah, I would say I never plan on stopping kissing my child.
Okay. You
Obviously,
plan on never
acceptable
stopping.
way. I never want to stop kissing.
That's great. And you're saying this with the fervor of a new father.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. No, my family doesn't kiss. I'm surprised to adult parents kissing adult children seems rare.
Really? Interesting.
I mean, if people are doing it, they're not telling me about it.
Hey,
I'm not seeing it.
If you have an opinion on this, please email us
Or
at
a
really
story.
important thinking or a story about kissing or hugging.
If your family, my family hugs for sure.
Yeah.
And my mom maybe, or my grandma definitely.
Yeah.
Will give a kiss on the cheek or the forehead or something. But I don't know. If your mom and dad are and you're over the age of 18, 19, and you're getting kisses still, let us know. I think you might be rare.
I think you might be a rare kiss.
I think you might be a rare kiss. Damn, that's a great line after a first kiss. This is, oh man, I was gonna make a joke that's off pod only because it was about somebody we know, but it's just such a douchey guy like line of first date kiss, and you say, wow, you're a rare kiss. I think we both know at least one person who I can imagine saying that and be like, God, you fucking fool.
Oh yeah. But that is a good optimization for kissing that I had thought about, was like stating something after you kiss.
I like that.
I liked that.
Or I could use a little work.
I love you.
It's first kiss I love you.
No, the first kiss I love you is intense, but saying I liked that.
I like that.
Was so funny.
I enjoyed that. What about you?
That was a rare kiss.
That's a really funny thing to do. I mean, if the date's gone so well that you're kissing and the kiss went well, it's a really funny thing to say. I enjoyed that. What'd you think?
I like kissing you.
I might do it again. These are all, I think, acceptable and good lines.
Would you like
These
to
are
kiss
charming
again?
things to say. Would you like to kiss again sometime? Would you like to get together and plan on this?
Do you think? Okay, this is something I've seen debated online.
Okay, love that.
Do you think that you should ask someone,
May I kiss you?
May I kiss you, like on a date?
No. I think that's a bit goofy. I think if you can't tell, then you should be trying to do it. Every kiss I've ever had on a date was like, it feels very clear that we are going to kiss.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I get the logic of it. I get the the consent of it all, but it's such it feels like matter of fact, like kind of technicality of like, we're about to kiss now. Would you like to kiss? It seems like it takes you out of the moment quite drastically. I don't think that's a controversial take.
No, I tend to agree. I think I'd only ask someone if they like explicitly said something during the date where they were like, I don't like being touched, or I don't like this type of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Well, in which case I'd be like, yeah, but then it would be kind of hard.
If I wasn't sure or something, but it felt like, I think I might try to find a way to say it that was like not so straightforward and like funny.
Though I do think it would make things a lot easier. Like I will say that I, far into dating and kissing, I got pretty good, if not great, at discovering when someone would want to be kissed. But I did take a lot of L's where like someone was clearly giving me the sign that they wanted to be kissed, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. How am I supposed to know that? I just like did not pick up on context clues and was so generally conditioned to be like, well, don't like, you don't want to invade someone's space, which is a good thing, but I just missed. I think looking back, I'm like, damn, there's so many opportunities in college where I think we've talked about this before on the pod, like in the dating episode, where it's just like, oh yeah, like this girl I was alone with somebody. They were like clearly being like, I'm comfortable, I want you to kiss me. And I was just like, okay, cool. I'll see you.
I have one I probably have mentioned it before, but there was some party where everybody's drinking and like naked in the hot tub, and then people start passing out, and this girl and I, who have been naked next to each other all night and kind of like rubbing like knees against each other, like comes and sleeps in my car with me, and I'm like, all right, well, time to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I think like that night and probably immediately after, I was just like,
yeah.
Oh, you idiot.
Yeah, you're not getting invited back to the Sumerian orgy ever again.
Yeah, she was trying to invite me to the Sumerian orgy.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you don't
Baby's
know.
First Sumerian. Well, no, I'm not even going to finish that.
What is going on with you, man?
I don't know, man.
You got to.
I'm deprived of sleep.
You know what you need, and we're going to take this this is probably about the end, mid podcast break from Kissing Discussion. I wanted to present you with something from a fan of the podcast.
Oh no, what?
Tom, you might be a little bit off your game today because you haven't had enough Palm Springs grapefruits.
Oh, whoa, incredible.
As mentioned on our last published episode, recorded more than probably a year and a half ago.
Whoa.
Fruit.
Incredible. I do love grapefruit.
And here's another grapefruit.
Whoa, holy shit.
And harkening back to our fruit episode, here's yet a third grapefruit I've pulled from a bag.
Whoa, incredible. Where did you get these?
Palm Springs.
From a tree?
From a tree at Stephanie and her family were staying in Palm Springs, and their Airbnb had a grapefruit, and we have recently found out both of us are on medication that you cannot take. You can't have grapefruit.
Wow.
That's. I mean, we got to find some new medicine.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
There's some power in grapefruit that I cannot have right now, and I'm giving to you. You will be able to accept the power.
I knew that only because I love grapefruit so much that I was like, that's one of the. And I'm like, I got to make sure whatever supplements. I don't have that much medication, but like a few supplements, some like gut stuff, and I'm like, I need to make sure that.
Well,
because I'm a big grapefruit guy.
Make sure none of it's. I don't know what the grapefruit does to the medicine.
I'm pretty sure
in your body.
It can cause adverse. It is some element in grapefruit that causes it to be inert. That like neutralizes certain medication.
We gotta study that. I'd be going to if I were to go back to college or go to get my PhD. I'd say, sign me up for the grapefruit PhD. We got to figure out what's in grapefruit that has the ability to neutralize medicine. Because what is medicine, what is poison but medicine gone wrong? So if we can use the power of the grapefruit to neutralize poisons, think about that world. You know how we're all dealing with poison so often these days.
Yeah.
What if you didn't have to think about poisons as much as we're thinking about them?
Yeah, that's
the poison budget. We're saving so much of the budget. No more poison control center.
Yeah.
It's just the grapefruit distribution center.
I'm calling my Congress people. I'm saying stop giving so much funding to the military and also poison control. We're spending too much money on poison.
May I introduce to you, Congressman, the humble grapefruit.
The humble. Thank you. I love grapefruits are my favorite fruits, and Palm Springs grapefruits are some of the best.
I've heard.
I
think you mentioned that on the episode.
Yes. I think I mentioned it on the episode, but my friends who live there, they have
friends who live in Palm Springs?
Yeah. My friend Dave, an old coworker.
Nice.
I went by his house one time when Jordan and I were camping, and he and his husband have a wonderful house out there, and they have an incredible grapefruit tree. And they were like, we can't eat enough of these things. Please,
something's going on in Palm Springs.
As much as you can. Take as much as you can. You can come back anytime.
They've got incredible grapefruits.
I think he listens to the podcast.
That's great.
So shout out to Dave and Alex. You guys have an awesome tree.
I hope one day to see your grapefruit tree.
And may we all plant the grapefruit trees, which we shall never see the fruit of. What's the quote? Plant a tree that you'll never see the shade of.
Oh, I've never heard of that, but that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a quote that's being passed around a lot.
Is it Christian?
These days? I don't think it's
Seems kind of Christian.
But it is something
good.
Where it's like,
it's nice.
In order for society to progress, you need to plant trees.
You got to help people you don't know who aren't going to
the future generations
know about. Yeah. Okay, and with that brief interlude about grapefruit, what were you saying about kissing?
I think we have reached. I think we've done a lot of optimizations of kissing. I think one other question, whereas just ballpark, how many people have you kissed?
Whew. Fun question. Let's see. Kissed. I have there's no way of knowing.
It doesn't have to be right. Just educated guess.
Well, I'm thinking there's like so many lulls. I kissed that girl freshman year of high school, and then I probably didn't kiss anybody again until college, sometime late in college, junior year of college. And then after that, I went kiss crazy. I don't know. Let's say 50.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
That seems like that
I
would
think
be
I've
average.
kissed 50 to 100 people.
Yeah, 100.
But then like.
I bet I could figure it out.
But then, like, when I actually started thinking about it, I was like, okay, if I say 50 to 100, the actual number is probably more
25.
it's probably more like 35 to 50. Yeah. Because
I'll say some of those kisses made me feel like I'm kissing about 100 people. They were so good and important to me. Yeah. And also, you're in a relationship. I was going to say that's times kissing. Never mind. It's people kissing.
A rare kiss is worth 50 common kisses.
Yes. That's right.
I
don't know. I'm curious what the average is.
Yeah.
This must be research that has been done.
Is there anyone
How many people has the average person kissed in their lifetime?
I've had a lot. I was going to ask if there was any time you were surprised by a kiss, or you kissed someone you're like, I didn't think this person was into me at all, and I ended up kissing them.
Oh man. I mean, yeah, there's a couple. There was one, I mean, yeah, for sure. There's one in particular who was never mind. Not gonna describe it any closer to this than this. There was somebody I kissed who was like, I think there's nothing here. Yeah. And then there was some latent attraction
that's cool.
Bubbled up. What about you?
I think there were a handful. There was, I think the two that jump out to me the most are in college.
Yeah.
There was one girl who started hanging out with our crew who I thought was cute, but I was like, she is absolutely a lesbian. Like, absolutely, no doubt in my mind. Like, I thought she was just like, oh yeah, this is a platonic thing. Like, this is just someone who's chill, platonically interested in hanging out. And like, then it took me so long to figure out like, oh no, she's into me. And we kissed, and I was like, this is crazy.
This is awesome.
It was awesome, but I was also like, I still don't like.
Tom, if she's a listener to this pod, I hope she's not listening to this episode.
Absolutely not. She was like, there's no way.
Or maybe she's a lesbian and she was just trying it out.
That's what I would think. That was surprising. There was also a
time. But like that,
like
when the kiss itself happened, you weren't like, oh, we're kissing. You were just like, you didn't think that would ever happen. And then it like bubbled up.
I was surprised that we were kissing.
Suddenly one night, a kiss happens.
I was just like the situation popped up, and I was like, oh, she's trying. She wants to kiss.
I remember. I have another that was a friend who all of a sudden I was like, oh, I guess we're kissing. And it's kind of that's fun.
It is fun.
That's really fun. Nothing serious ever happened with either of the two that I'm thinking of. They were both pretty fun.
I agree.
It's a fun sort of discovery.
Yes. The other one was a goth girl.
My God.
Also
the rarest of kisses.
It really is the only goth kiss.
I don't think I've ever had a goth kiss.
The only goth kiss I ever had, I was like, she's not into me. But then I was like, she wanted to hang out one time. I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh crap, she's into me.
Oh crap, she's a goth.
She's a goth. A goth is into me.
She's into you.
How did one goth kiss?
That's fun.
Nothing ended up happening. I think I was a little. There's some other stuff. I won't get into it. Okay. Other stuff I'm not.
Just judging by your track record today, thank God you're not bringing up whatever the hell the other stuff is. Jesus,
I don't want to get into it. Just there's nothing there. But like I was like, I don't think this is something I want to pursue further.
We shouldn't be dating.
It was cool, and it was surprising.
A surprise kiss, yeah. And this is great.
What was also surprising afterwards is that we just talked for a little while longer, and she disclosed to me that she came from a lot of oil money.
Tom, you fool. You fucking fool.
I had it. I had the goth girl with oil money.
You had the goth girl with oil money. I'll tell you, no one's kissing that. Nobody's getting that kiss. That's rare. That's a rare kiss if I've ever heard of one.
So maybe if a rare kiss is worth 50 kisses, then maybe I have kissed 50 people.
You definitely
the goth girl
with oil money. You got the goth girl billionaire money. What the hell? It sounds like you kiss Grimes.
Yeah. She honestly,
based on
looking back, she kind of was in the same
Grimes vibes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay.
And that yikes is because we're at the end of the podcast. That's it for hugging and kissing talk. I think we would, if you'd love to keep listening, we'd love to have you because we're going to do a little bit of listener mail.
Yeah, we'll do some listener mail.
And God, I really don't want to have to edit any of this because I don't want to take any more time than I have to out of my beautiful life to do this, but maybe I'll edit to our first listener mail. Are there any that stick out to you, Tom?
This is just nice. It's
okay, who's this
from
from?
Another Tom G. He said, out of boredom on a 12-hour drive this week as my young family slept in the back seat, I listened to 4 episodes, holy shit, and found myself cry laughing again and again. I almost crashed my car. So glad I finally gave Really Important Thing a listen. And that's Tom in Durham.
Did he call it Really Important Thing?
Thinking.
Oh, Thinking.
R-I-T. That was my own.
Wow. Out of boredom. I love the slight shade.
Yeah.
Out of just pure boredom, I finally listened to you two morons. That's delightful. We're glad to have you sign up for the army. The Really Important Thinking Army Nation.
Oh, and this is from Zach, and he says, "Gentlemen, big fan of the podcast. You guys are funny." And then he sent us pictures of an Alpenhorn versus a flugelhorn, and he said, "I guess a flugelhorn is just a fat trumpet. Anyhow, keep up the good work."
Wow.
And he signed it off, Noise Professor.
Wow, Noise Professor is a cool handle.
Yeah, that is a cool handle. I'll make sure to respond to these via email as well. But thank you for your emails. Please keep emailing us.
Let us know if you've seen Chris anywhere.
Yes.
Dr. Chris Chismore.
We have some more suggestions of topics. People have been sending in topics, which I'll try and respond to those and maybe incorporate some of those. But if you also have seen Chris, like Griffin said,
and if you have any questions, if there's any help you need in your personal life, hell, we take a crack at it.
Yeah, sure. And as always, any interesting hugging or kissing stories, or if you yourself have experienced a rare kiss, if you have a particularly good rare kiss.
I don't want to be reading no weird shit. I don't want to be reading nothing weird. Don't send us. Be normal.
We stop at kissing. If there is anything that went further than kissing,
but just let us know if there's a type of person or a rare type of situation or whatever.
Celebrity
something that makes
type.
Rare. Oh my God! If you got a celebrity kiss, you have to let us know. I'm trying to think if I've ever had a celebrity kiss off the top of my head. Did you ever kiss anybody who became a celebrity or minor celebrity or anything in Chicago?
No, I don't think I ever kissed anyone who became a celebrity.
I'm trying to think of the people who have become famous that we knew in Chicago. None of them kissable. Okay. That's my take.
I could think of one or two who are kissable.
I'm just joking.
But we'll keep that for after the pod.
Ooh. All right. Thank you so much.
Well, I do want to add one thing.
Okay.
I talked a lot about kissing other people, and I just want to say, out of all the people I like kissing my wife the most.
Yeah. Yeah, we know, man.
All right, citizen soldiers, it's glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. It's glad to be back.
It's glad to be back with Tom and Griffin.
Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the awakening. You are loved.
No one thinks like you.
Moi, XOXO, hug and kiss.
Lumi, mean it. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Really Important Thinking is produced by Griffin Winsler, Tom Fell, and Dr. Chris Chismore. All fact-checking is done by the MIT Institute for Data, Systems, and Society. Really Important Thinking is engineered at the Stanford Institute of Consequential Noise and recorded at Detweiler Sound in humble Tupelo, Mississippi. When I see my baby dancing, I know it's to that Detweiler sound. Sound mixing by Reed Armband with music by Laser Monster. Tom's costume was provided by Padma Lakshmi with catering provided by Kokomo's Mungo Lounge. Kokomo's, if you can't take her here, you can't take her anywhere.